Do you have many people come into your studio then that's suffering with malnutrition and they want nutrition advice when they come to you?
This is America. No, they're not suffering from malnutrition. That's not the issue. I don't know. Maybe like Howard would have been somebody who, because of the way he ate, and I don't know what he or what what his issue was as far as eating. Um, but I can tell you that eating disorders come from usually a bad self-image, and in Howard's case, being that he was smaller and lighter in weight, if he was going to have any type of eating disorder, it would have gone, I think personally, it would have gone the other way, where he would have started eating as much as he could because he wanted to get bigger and not necessarily be as small. So I agree with you, with the assessment of your doctors that it probably wasn't an eating disorder, but I am curious to know what it was.
Have they not got any idea at all then, Howard?
Well, and the last time I was in the hospital, it was New Year's Eve of 2008. So I was in there for 3 days and they couldn't find it. I think they eventually just said, well, it's probably some malnourishment of some kind. But it's like, well, I knew what I ate. I wasn't purposely trying to starve myself or anything. So the only symptom, at least the one that I remember, because again, this was many years ago, was just very low testosterone. I would get it checked. And I think at one time it was like 80 nanograms per deciliter of blood or something, which is extremely low. And that's like probably about a quarter of what it should be, what low normal for a man of my age. So, and it was very, very low body fat. I had a body fat testing done. And back then they used the water displacement, but it said it was 1.5% body fat. Like you could like literally pinch, like you could pinch like this on my stomach. There was no body fat at all.
I haven't even.
It's strange because I'm Jewish and I literally look like a concentration camp victim.
Yeah.
I've got more than that on my shin bone. I've got the completely opposite to you there, mate. But is this something then that could be passed down? Because I mean, with Sammy, he's quite a small lad, isn't he? Is it something that could be passed down, do you think?
That was something the wife brought up to the doctors. And based on what I told them, what I knew, they said, no, it doesn't sound like it's something that's genetic that would be passed down. He is a small guy, although he is tall for his age, but he is very, very thin. So
are you, if you don't mind me asking, I know you said that you used to eat chicken and broccoli and all that. Do you still eat meat, or are you a vegetarian or vegan by any chance?
I was vegan, or I say plant-based, because I did use like gelatin capsules and stuff, so not truly vegan, for about a year just to try it out, primarily because I thought it maybe would help my acne that I get. It didn't really help, but
Right.
no, I'm not anymore. Now I eat whatever.
So in 2008, were you a vegan then, or was
No.
it? No. Okay.
No.
Right.
When I did this experiment in veganism, we'll say that was about 2016.
Okay.
What I find is really interesting at the moment is the amount of different diets that is out there. I mean, like plant-based diet, Atkins diet, you've got all these fasting things that's going on. You've got just copious amounts of diets, just, people that eat just solely meat now, there's so many different diets out there. Is there any diets out there that you've heard of that you just think, oh, that just sounds wrong, we shouldn't be doing that?
Well, I guess the first thing that came to mind when you asked that question, I don't know about a diet being wrong, but I would say that a lot of people, well, from what I see, I can't say, I'm not going to blanket everybody, but they'll follow a diet because it's quote unquote like the in thing to do. And I see a lot of like influencers talking about veganism. And it's like, okay, well, have you educated yourself? What Kurt was talking about, have you educated yourself on getting the proper nutrients when you're on a vegan diet to make sure? If they have and everything, okay, that's fine. But I've said it before. Don't just follow something because somebody said it. Do your own research and talk to your doctor and see, okay, is this diet right for me? I mean, you don't want to do more harm by following a particular nutrition plan, because, yeah, I mean, supplements, food, yeah, it can cause adverse reactions depending on like if you're taking medications, what your medical history is, etc. So just do your research, people. Like, don't just blindly follow an influencer or something.
Good advice. And like we said on the last episode, me and Kurt there, you know, me and Kurt are not doctors, and we're just people that just experiment and try things and try to better our lives. It is a good advice from Howard there that you go out and see your doctor before you take up any